The FBI will keep working day and night to destroy this network. It is a top priority.
Waller County Sheriff's Office.
I heard some gunshots, and I think someone's dead.
Quickly learned the call was fake. A case of swatting, someone reportedly using a device that alters voices, calling in a false report.
We traced the call. It's coming from inside the house.
And they know who was where when, and so they've got a pretty good idea of who they think is responsible.
This video is for adults only. Discretion is advised. Everything I'm sharing is my opinion.
This is Reporter Room with Jessica Della Davies.
If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. It's free and it helps me out a lot. So today we're going to be talking about David and Celeste and some disturbing new information about edge lords. So what is an edge lord and what do they do? Well, they are engaging in sharing with each other all types of different gore, things that are horrific to look at within their group, and they're doing this for clout. So they will use different profile pictures called glitch core aesthetics, or even symbols that depict passing away or something like that to help give themselves some extra clout. And you can see why this mostly appeals to young males who do not like women. And I'm watching my words here. So how does this affect the Celeste Rivas Hernandez investigation and the grand jury? Well, the authorities are specifically looking for these markers, such as the use of Discord for enticement and for the circulation of different, what they're characterizing as edgy imagery, to determine if there was a broader network, more people involved into what happened to Celeste, in my opinion. Now, suspected accomplices, let's talk about that for a second, because we know that the main reason that this leak occurred with the grand jury, in my opinion, is because they are wanting David to flip on his accomplices or have his accomplices come forward. And we know whoever comes forward first gets the best deal. So some members of his circle are reportedly, quote, concerned now that they are aware of the specific focus of this investigation. Some of the members of David's circle are reportedly concerned, and given the nature of the LAPD's investigation into David, but also in relation to this bizarre and horrific Discord group, which I believe that maybe at least one of them who assisted David by going to Santa Barbara County may have also been participating in. Now, the DOJ is actively investigating this Discord group, this 764 group, and I will link an article from the Department of Justice for you if you would like to go through it. Let's talk about David's bizarre fixation on using imagery to attract kids. So shout out to Head Mod Njaz for sharing this with me. This is from a group called D4VDiots, and it's written by Remy Uranga. I hope I'm saying that right, Remy. And so the title is Why Hello Kitty and D4VD Are Inseparable. So they are writing that Hello Kitty is owned by San Reno. So they are known for aggressively protecting their intellectual properties and have taken legal action on many occasions to stop individuals and companies from using the Hello Kitty images without permission. And as I shared with you during the last video that I posted, David was using Hello Kitty in his handle. So these include SVG artwork files like those intended for crafting purposes, creating clothing or other accessories to be used by digital gaming avatars, or by creating digital icons or stamps for messaging purposes. So why is this company allowing D4VD, aka David Anthony Burke, to use the Hello Kitty imagery in his handles for his own self-promotion and digital marketing? Well, they can't stop him from wearing their clothing. They can't stop him from carrying their keychains, but they certainly could stop him from using this. And you can see what I have pulled up on the screen here. You can see this image right here. This is D4VD. This is one of his handles. They could certainly stop him from being able to use their imagery as the Itami, which is the disturbing alter ego that I believe that David was using to promote the fact that he was into gore. And, according to this, would Mogul Vision or Darkroom Interscope, as agents of D4VD, the entertainer, be legally liable in this matter if San Reno did want to take legal action? Have they already requested that he take this down or not? This is something that I think that a lot of people would want to know. I would think that if I were affiliated with this company, this is something that I would want to put a stop to. A lot of people believe that David actually did away with Celeste as early as January. We know that PI Steve Fisher has shared with us that the last known images of Celeste are January 2nd of 2025. So when did she actually pass away? Well, let's consider the timeline that was put together by the D4VD idiots group. As I've shared with you in the past, not every sociopath, not every narcissist is a sociopath. In fact, most are not, but most sociopaths are narcissistic. They are grandiose, and they feel superior to other people. They feel superior to the rest of us. So I think that David thought that nobody was going to ever figure this out. And I believe that his downfall was holding on to Celeste. He held on to Celeste. And I believe it's because of his proclivities and what he was into. And I believe that he was also keeping her as a trophy. So I think the Discord server was somewhere where he could go and be part of this disturbing group, the 764 group that he was into. I think it was somewhere where he could go where other people were into gore and the type of videos that were his proclivity. I think it was also significant to him because, as I've shared with you in the past, he has these creepy images that he used in his anime where he does have somebody with the arm being gone. I showed you also in his Withered album that the arm is also gone. And then I also showed you the Kira photos, the Kira screenshots of the text messages that he had with someone that I believe he was also trying to entice and maybe decided she was too old, or maybe she just had more boundaries than Celeste had because Celeste was only 13 and Kira was 16. And so he also talked about how, about doing the same thing, his alter ego, Itami, doing the same thing to Kira. So Kira, in my opinion, is very lucky that he didn't choose to move forward with her. So was he planning to do this to other young women? I believe that the burn cage and the fact that there was a chainsaw, a lot of people feel like it was related to what happened to Celeste. I think that's possible. I also think it's equally possible that he was planning to continue on with this, and that the fact that the burn cage was still in the box and the fact that the chainsaw had a cover on it could be related to the fact that he was going to be doing stuff like this again in the future, that he had plans to entice yet another young woman, lure her in with the promise of romance and love, and then enjoy the game, because we know that sociopaths do love games of luring her in, enticing her into his world, into his life, and then slowly and surely taking everything away from her independence, from her dignity, and ultimately take away her life. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. It's free and it helps me out a lot. Give this a thumbs up and drop me a comment. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comment section below.